Hello, guys, welcome back. So, this morning, I finally watched Salaar. Mm, yeah, it was like a morning 10 o'clock show. There's not many there actually, only myself and like two other people were there. Only three of us were there. Maybe because it's on a Saturday morning and it's that too like 10 o'clock show. Okay, so let's get to the movie itself. What can I say? It's like a typical Prashant Neel movie. I actually honestly didn't like KGF that much because I found it to be a bit too noisy and loud, and I mean, not to say it was bad or anything, but maybe because I watched it after a lot of hype and everything. So it didn't meet my expectations. I mean, the hype, but it was okay for me. Like I did not like hate the movie or anything, but it was okay. Like I wouldn't say I really liked it or I enjoyed it a lot or anything like that because mainly because it was a bit too noisy. I think Prashant Neel is like a big fan of the Telugu mass masala movies. You know how typically in the Telugu movies you have you have a lot of build up for the hero character. Like everybody does build up for the hero. That's what I mentioned, I believe, in while I reacted to the trailer as well. um, uh, Even the villain does the build up for the hero. That is, it's like an extreme kind of worship, hero worship kind of this thing is there in, and the Telugu directors, they do it best. Even in Tamil cinema, we have that kind of mass masala movies, but I think the Telugu directors, they take it to like another level. But what makes this movie stand out is, so Prashant Neel has created like a whole world, like a fictional world, and there's a lot of interesting things that I like about that world. So he connects everything back to like you know different invaders who used to visit who used to invade India like maybe 1,000 years ago, starting from Mahmud Ghazni and whatnot. So that's an interesting. How do I say this? I like history, in general, and particularly Indian history. I think it is really really complex, and so many tribes and so many different ethnic groups have migrated to India. If only our directors started, delving into that history, we could make like thousands of movies. And I've mentioned that lots of times in the past as well, in my past videos as well. But I think this could be the start of it. Prashant Neel um, taking us in a right direction, I would say, because on a scale like this, in which this movie is being made, that the production value and everything is actually on par with Hollywood, because some of the, even the texture of the movie, the color palette and everything kind of reminded me of some of the Hollywood movies. It was like really flawless, even the action choreography and everything. I actually got like goosebumps like two three times, like, because he has the Prashant Neel's heroes, right? They have this kind of underdog kind of background, and then slowly he builds up, he builds up, and then when they finally erupt, right, like a fuming volcano, he it's like it's analogous to like a volcano that's fuming inside, right? And then finally the eruption happens, and it is just beautiful. And to do it on a scale like this, and on a and it's actually difficult, isn't it? Like, it's not that easy to make action movies that majority of the people like. It's not that easy. Yeah, so I hope more directors start digging up our history, because you see, India has been one of the places to move to, let's say, a 1,000 or 2,000 years ago. So 2,000 years ago, let's say, there were only two, three civilizations, like the Mesopotamian, the Persian civilization was there, and then the India. I think outsiders, wherever, like hunter gatherers or small groups outside of these two civilizations, they always wanted to go to either the Persian one or the Indian one. And that is how you can compare it to present days, United States, for example, where everybody in the developing country or in another underdeveloped country want to move there, isn't it? Like, imagine the same scenario like 2,000 years or 1,000 years ago. It was India at that time. And that's why in India you see there's lots of different kinds of people. Some look like Iranians, some look like these Eastern Europeans in the north, some look like Asians in the south, some of us look like Africans. It's a huge mix of different tribes, for thousands of years. And I just hope so many people make so many other directors make movies about it. It may not be based on real history as well. Like, it could be something like a fictional world, like what we see in this movie, isn't it? Kansar is one such place that this movie talks about. And I like the ornaments that they wear. It's very Indian. It is uniquely Indian. And that's something I liked about it as well. You can unmistakably Indian. Like, if you look at I like his ideas with the necklace. What do you call that? The round thing that everybody wears in this movie, and then there's this bracelet thing that they wear. And it's not just like an ornament. It has its own function. It's like it denotes a territory or something like that. So that is interesting. So that's what I actually liked about the movie. Let me see. I've noted it down because I don't want to miss anything. Mm, yeah. So Prashant Neel, if you watch KGF, I see. I only watched KGF one. I don't think I watched KGF two because, as I said, I didn't like KGF one that much. It's okay, okay. But even in that movie, you can see these typical Prashant Neel characters, not characters. Prashant is typical to his movies. Like, you have a mother sentiment, and there'll be some kids involved in around the protagonist, and there'll be some oppressed, helpless people involved, where the hero fights on behalf of them or something like that. So all of these things, like small things, it makes you want to relate to the protagonist, right? So, and the hero character also has a lot of humility. I think that the same with the KGF movie as well. So all of these small things, yeah, it is it's really nice. It makes you want to root for the protagonist, right? Prabhas, Prabhas, ever since Bahubali came, I think he's become a huge star. I think I could be one of his fans. I don't know because I'm not like a fan as in like I watch all of his movies. Not that kind of fan, but I I want his movies to do well. I don't know why. Yeah, it is one of those actors who who you just want to wish him well. Like you just want his movies to do well. Like I watched the Adi Purush movie. I didn't like it, but I didn't talk about it. I don't know why. But this movie I liked it, and I made sure I go like I went and watched it. Right. So it's I think I probably am a bit biased because I don't know like how when I started becoming a fan, or if I'm not even sure if I'm a fan of his, but I'm saying I just like him. He's one of the few Telugu actors that I like. He's probably the only Telugu actor that I like, I think. Yeah, I just I actually thought like this movie should do well because he has not had enough movies after the humongous success of Bahubali. So I just wanted this movie to do well, and I think it is doing well. And particularly, I wanted to mention this the action choreography, bro. Oh my god, the action choreography is insane. It's like it's actually on like on par with Hollywood. That's what I would say. It's it was really flawless. Every action scene in this movie, and a guy like Prabhas, his height and weight, and then in physique and all of that, it's you kind of believe him, right? When he obviously it's not logical to kill like 100 or 200 people in a movie. That would never happen in real life. But this movie doesn't try to be a realistic movie anyway, and it's one of those commercial movies where you just believe that he's a superhero. That's it. Like it's one of those Indian things. Like, and the only point that I'm trying to make is a guy like Prabhas, he's believable in that kind of in that kind of role, is what I'm trying to say. Because of his physique and his height, and then he's done a lot of he's maintained his physique well, as well. He's done a lot of workout and whatnot, I guess. So, and he talks very little, and that's something I like about Prabhas, the way Prabhas chooses his movies as well. It reminds me of these, Sylvester Stallone Rocky movies, where he plays one of these, like he's a very mm, he plays one of these in most of the Rocky movies. The kind of characters that he plays, he's a really poor guy, and then he takes a lot of bullying from lots of different people. He doesn't do much about it, like, but he kind of channels everything towards his boxing fight. He doesn't react to anybody, even if they treat him like shit. So that's the kind of characters that he normally chooses, which is something that I like. That's probably also the reason why I like Prabhas in general. Mm, okay, Prithviraj Sukumaran. I mean, um he's a nice actor, and he's equally good in this movie. Like, of course, you can't compare to the kind of the star that Prabhas is. He's like a superstar at this point. But given like for what his role is in this movie, I think he's done really well. and few small characters like John Vijay and Shruti Hassan. And Shruti Hassan, she doesn't have much role to play, but then she comes for like a very small amount of screen time, but like she has done her part well. And Shreya Reddy is also there. Like I don't see her in a lot of movies. She's very selective about the roles that she plays. One thing I don't still understand because I watched it in Telugu because like for Tamil I had to go to Paramata and I was lazy. Telugu and Hindi, the versions were running like close to CBD, so I went and watched the Telugu because that's the original version, isn't it? See, all the time I was like reading the subtitles, I'm now that I'm like I've been doing this for a long time, so I'm used to it now. But still, it's a bit difficult. Sometimes you miss. Now, I still don't understand why initially they started all of these gangsters, the big shots. They were behind Shruti Hassan. I still don't understand why they were after Shruti Hassan. And then slowly the attention turned towards Prabhas's character, right? Deva's character. Either I didn't understand it properly, or maybe I missed something because of this subtitle, reading and switching back and forth. I don't know if any of you know, just let me know in the comments. Because when the movie opens, it says like Shruti Hassan's dad's character, they were after him. They are after him in these bad guys, right? But then he doesn't come to India, only his daughter does. So they try to, grab her. But then originally, they were after only her dad. Okay, now why were they after her dad? That is another question. Now, why it is a bit confusing. Maybe it will be revealed in the second part. I don't know, but if any of you know why that is, like why they are after Shruti Hassan's character, please let me know in the comment. And yeah, that's it. It's a bit violent. Mm, there's in the second half, action is a bit violent. Um, so I don't know if taking your kids would be a good idea. But if you like if you like the KGF kind of movies, nah, I think you'll definitely like this movie. Yeah, I'll see you guys in another video. Bye bye.